What's good, y'all? Okay, this is my first video. I'm really excited just to kind of be on this journey a little bit and to be in a position and place where I feel comfortable enough sharing a little bit about my experience and a little bit of my insight when it comes to my own personal spiritual journey. And I just feel like I'm in a really good place to connect with other like minded individuals who can relate to these kinds of experiences that I'm going to be discussing with you guys today, and also who might have some information or wisdom to share my way so that I can continue to pay attention to the different clues and signs that we are exactly where we need to be, and to keep hold on faith in the midst of any kinds of adversity or struggles or blocks that might make us feel like, hey, is this really what I should be doing or not? So with that said, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. I am going to be discussing today 4 different signs of spiritual awakenings that I feel like are relevant to this 2021 dynamic and dimension. So, the first sign that I want to talk about is just hypersensitivity to all senses, whether that be your sense of smell. My sense of smell has gotten so insane. I'm standing in the bathroom above the sink and I feel like I can smell the sewage down the pipes. Another thing I've noticed is, again, like our hearing. That's something that we see all the time, right? With like the tinnitus, the ringing in the ears. That's been happening a lot more often recently. And also, a video I watched said to pay attention to the types of ringing that you're experiencing. What I do in those situations when my ears start to ring is I just slow down a little bit and pay attention to my surroundings, try to figure out what's going on. Or if there's nobody around me, nothing really happening, I just pay attention to the radio, things that are being said for at least the next 24 hours. Just, because it feels like to me a sign to, hey, pay attention. When I get the ringing in the ears, I know, pay attention. So then, also with our sense of taste, this has been one that has like surprised me so much. My sense of taste has just increased exponentially. The other day, I ate a pineapple, and I swear to you, it felt like my whole body turned into a pineapple. So when it comes to just like the heightening of our senses, how I look at it is this is spirit's opportunity and spirit's kind of like toolkit for us to truly be able to sense our environment for authenticity. So if you feel yourself becoming a bit more agitated, lacking patience, or just picking up on different energies or attitudes or moods from other individuals that seems to move you a lot more than it has before, that to me is a sign that you're on your right path. You're following spirit the way that you should be, and you're being imparted with like these gifts to help you to navigate your world with spirit by your side. So that one's really exciting. I feel like even if you kiss somebody, you know what I mean, and it's just radiating through you, it's a really beautiful time for us to be just like diving into different sensory experiences. I feel like we're able to appreciate and enjoy a lot more the different substances that we're interacting with. So that was a really cool one I liked. Okay. Um, Another thing that we can pay attention to is perfect timing and synchronicity. For me, lately, I look at the clock, it's 111, it's 3:03, just taking a second and looking at the time, and you'll start to see different synchronicities there. Pay attention to what numbers show up and make sure you do your research to figure out what those numbers might symbolize or mean. Or even if you have your own intuitive um, definitions or meanings that you attribute to certain numbers, then by all means, like hold on to that and allow it to influence you. But another thing that has kind of been happening is I'll give an example. When my friends brought up, when I brought up this like kind of observance I had with them, is they ran out of gas, like their car broke down right in front of AutoZone, right? Um, and then because that happened, they were able to realize that another part of their car had, issues that it needed to work on. And just as those issues were becoming known to them, the exact person that they needed was visiting in town and could fix the situation, and they weren't going to be in town any other time. So start paying attention to the little ways in which divine timing is making itself known in your life. Oftentimes we miss that because we're working and moving way too fast. So this is a great opportunity to just slow down a little bit, breathe, and say, okay, what's actually happening in my environment? What do I want to happen? What needs to happen? What role do I play? And then just sit back and watch, Set a schedule for yourself, make sure you're managing your time, but then also allow the universe to do what it does best, which is provide us with insight, resources, and support in ways that we never could have imagined right when we need it. And I feel like 2021 is going to be a great year to start really seeing how that divine timing can be of benefit to you, whether it makes you just trust a little bit more and be a little bit more patient, or whether you really pay attention to the signs and the ways that the planets are moving and the energies are moving, and can find yourself using that as a tool to dictate how you operate. So that's another really great one I like. Another sign that I've been seeing is, let me think for a second. I know I had 4 I wanted to talk to you guys about today. So, this one's really cool. One that I've been noticing, but didn't necessarily start just with 2021 or towards the end of the year, is this kind of way to experience karma, where I might be going through something with somebody here on the side, right? And it might be a struggle or an adversity that like I'm really trying to figure out. And then on this side, a similar situation will be happening, but the roles will be reversed. Start paying attention to where in your life similar things are happening with different parties, but the roles are reversed. To me, this is a sign that Spirit really wants us to recognize that we're not alone in this fight, in this struggle, or in this world whatsoever. And we always need to be seeing things from others' perspectives. So this is a great tool to use when you're wondering, well, why aren't things kind of going the way that I had hoped they would go? Look into your life and see what areas might need some cleanup, or like how you're treating other individuals, and see if any of that is being reflected towards you, back to you, so that you can make a change and kind of clear up some space that might otherwise be a little bit murky. Okay, and for the last sign of spiritual awakening for 2021 that you should pay attention to or make use of is what's going on your altar. So one thing that I've noticed recently is I'll have my altar set up perfectly in the way that I intend it to be, organized, structured, but seemingly no room for faulty or no room for anything fragile to kind of get like broken, right? Everything has its own particular place. But what Spirit will do is shake things off your altar to give you a sign that, hey, maybe it's time to move on from that. Or, hey, maybe you should take a look at what this is, what it represents, and why it's actually here. I was dealing with some romance kind of issues that I needed some insight on, and I had started praying to my grandmother, and what I noticed was that the image of my grandmother and then the image of my person could not coexist. Either the image was falling of my grandmother and my person's was up, or my person's was falling and my grandmother's image was up. And seeing as though my grandmother is my ancestor, she's got my back 100%. I knew that I had to do what it takes to keep her image up, even if that meant folding up my person's image and kind of storing it in a space that was less relevant or less important. Ever since I did that, my grandmother's image does not fall at all. So, yep, that's a really quick 10-minute video. I'm definitely going to be back on and keep talking with you guys about different things relating to spirituality and wellness and health, especially from an African and Black perspective. I am Congolese myself, so if you guys have any questions about what it is that I practice, why I practice, that's a good place to start. So happy to have this moment to speak with you guys and to share this. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video now. Please like and subscribe. How you do, share the video, leave a comment, let me know what you would like to hear more about, or if you have any questions, feel free to ask me down below. Thank you guys so much, and I look forward to talking to you guys in the next video. Peace.